Hey, this is Hope with the Kelly Mitchell Group. How you doing?
Sorry, come again. Who's this?
This is Hope with the Kelly Mitchell Group. We connected over on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Perfect. I was just calling to discuss the role with my client, Capital One. The project manager / Scrum Master position that I was mentioning on LinkedIn, the fully remote contract position. So I can kind of walk you through some of the details here first and then hear a little bit more about your experience as well.
Sure. Can you give me a few details first?
Yeah, definitely. So for this role, it is going to be fully remote and it is going to start out as a contract. But they are open to converting to full-time, but if contract is preference, they're open to just extending the contract as well if you don't want to do the contract to hire model. So this is going to be a long-term initiative for them. What they're really looking for here is someone who, of course, has financial industry background. I see you're at Bank of America right now, correct?
That's right. So,
perfect. No, so.
Sorry, what was your name you said? Julia, right? Or Hope Sanford.
Hope. Yes. So, of course, they want that financial industry background. And what they're really looking for this team, these teams are working pretty consistently with Jira and Confluence for their project management. I saw that on your resume, but just want to see if that's a tool you're using in your current role with Bank of America right now.
That's right.
Awesome. And then this team, I will go ahead and email you over the full job description once we get off here. But this team is looking for someone with good AWS background knowledge. I did see that you have been working on a bunch of cloud projects. I just want to check you and see it kind of if any of those were over AWS.
Yes, I do. So help me out. Who is the? Oh, it's a Capital One opportunity, Capital Group.
Correct.
Yeah, I think somebody. Can you send me the details of the job ID as well? Because some of the vendor already reached out. Probably I might have been submitted. I don't know that. I have to double check on that. If that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'll for sure send that over. Just a few more quick questions before I go ahead and do that. So your contract with Bank of America, is that coming to an end soon? Is that what has you back in the market here?
Yes, that's right.
Right. And then I'd love if you could just kind of walk me through the projects you're working on right now over at Bank of America, just what your main responsibilities are over there right now.
Sure, I can do that like later on once I get some confirmation on if we are going to proceed.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send you over the full job description if you want to proceed. Then go ahead and give me a call back, and I'll just get the last few details I need to go ahead and get you submitted here.
Sure. Awesome. Thank you, Hope.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye. All right. Hello and welcome to Stop Now Experimental Lab, our daily show. This is JK, your host for today's show, and I'm joined by Amar. And it's a good start with just on time talking to the recruiter about this process.
Yeah, hi everyone.
So how are things at your end, Amar? So what is the update before we jump on into today's expose?
Yeah, thank you, JK. Going to share my screen and updating. Yeah, we are getting too many emails from the recruiter side. and I already confirmed to RTR, but for net profile, but one recruiter, one man from recruiter, that Mohammed Asif, I shared details, all of the details he asked me to share, and I shared everything. Finally, he is asking me to share my photo ID document. As we are discussing, we are talking more about it, photo ID. I mean ID proof, you know. So
That's a strange thing, right? So again, why do these recruiters want our ID? We don't know that, right? So because anyone can misuse when you share your ID. So that is what like we are trying to play out. And I wanted to share before we jump on to other things, right? Various YouTubers and also investigators, journalists, media organizations are exposing these kind of scams, uh, internet scams, or phone call scams, all these scams, right? So we focus on how these recruiting industries and contracting business are creating a human trafficking ring and labor trafficking particularly. And the recruiters are kind of victims and traffickers. So that is what our contention here, right? So I just wanted like to share something here
yeah, sure. Okay.
before we jump onto the calls with them. So this is an interesting scam exposure video. Let me take this call from the recruiter.
Sure. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Akash from Plus Group. How are you, Madhika and Krishna?
Yeah, I'm good. Who's this? Can you repeat it?
Yeah, this is Akash from Judge Group. Yeah, earlier we talked for the job opportunity on my email, and you were interested for the position, but you were asking for the client and pay rate. Yeah, so the client is Sedgwick, and this is for project manager role, and the rate is around $51.83 per hour on W2. So are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Who is the client you said? Like,
yeah, the client is Sedgwick. Okay, for 100% remote.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and sharing the rate confirmation, so kindly confirm it, okay, on $51, okay, 0.83, okay?
All right, sure. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, I lost track of asking him where he is from before switching between the screens and sharing those things. All right, so let's welcome Shiva as well. Shiva has joined. So it was a good start. You missed that part, Shiva. We just had a recruiter calling right on the spot when we started the show. And they are going to keep flooding with calls, hopefully today. But before we jump into it, like I just wanted to continue with what we were discussing about the live projects that we are working on with, right? So it's not just these smaller companies, recruiting agencies that we are focused on, as I was sharing it. And Amar was mentioning that he is getting too many calls and he has did too many submissions today. I don't know how much is too many, but just to give the audience, right, what exactly is happening here. So everybody is asking for an ID proof, or even for the girl that we spoke yesterday, we just had a hard time. Even after dropping off from our call, she kept almost, I don't even remember the count, right? To be a rough estimate, I would say like she called me more than 10 times. And also she tried to reach out to the employer as well. And I spoke as an employer as well to her. And those are funny things. And she finally mentioned that like in the evening, late evening, saying that like, I cannot submit without GC copy and your bachelor details. So today morning as well, she called and I asked her to call back. Now we are going to have fun with that girl when she calls. So that is the update from my side. And before that, like I just wanted to share like how these big companies like Cognizant and TCS, right? We are just making sure people are aware of what the experiment is about and how we are exposing this corporate crimes in terms of bigger companies, right? Not these smaller companies, or I would say like they are all brokers or middle layers recruiting companies. These are big billion-dollar companies, right? So you can see the email here and also the timesheet, everything that we are being submitting it. And also, again, at the same time, the same thing as with the TCS, right? I just wanted to pull that up. Give me a minute. Oh, I'm sharing the same window. TCS, all right, it's a fancy site. This is the story of freedom. This is the story of human trafficking. That's what they have to put it. So let's go to your timesheet and see like if it is active and you are able to submit the timesheets. Before that, we are getting a call. Oh, we have to log in. Let's log in and take the call first and then go to it. Hello?
Nathaniel?
Yeah, who's this?
Hi, this is Akif from Journey Solution. You reply over my mail for PMO role. So I submitted the profile to my manager and he submitted to the client. But client is asking for photo ID document that I already mailed to you. If you want to hide all the details, so you can hide except the name and photo.
Okay. So what's your name? Come again?
Mohammed Asif.
Yeah. So Asif, where you are calling from?
From Journey Solutions.
Oh,
From the salary, the 130K plus benefit.
yes, I understand. I see that, but I wanted to know, like, do you know the rules of US? Are you based in US?
No, I'm not based in US. Actually, I work for US.
So where are you currently located?
Our head office in Texas.
Where in Texas?
Just let me check. And actually, I based on Meta in India.
So you are calling from India.
Yeah, from India.
So how long have you been doing this? Are you trying to?
Since I think 3 years in this organization, I am based.
So you have been doing this for 3 years.
Last 3 years, I am in US recruiter as a US recruiter.
Okay. So don't you know the rules, right? It is illegal to ask photo ID or my personal details.
The client requirement we can ask because we already shared all the candidates list documents. That's why we, for your personal security purpose, I told you if you want to hide all the details, you can hide except the name and the photo.
All right, come on, man. If I'm going to hide everything, what is the point then, right? Which means like you are asking me to fake some document and show you that like this is me. Is that right?
No, actually, client told us that it's okay for us if you are not comfortable to show.
Who is the client? Who? Hold on. Hold on. Who is the client? Who is the client that is asking the ID? What? Emphasis. Okay. So
getting that mail, so I can forward that mail as well.
Can you forward that mail?
Yeah, I can forward that mail as well from that client will send to us.
Okay, I just want to see that, right? Because I don't know, I don't know you, right? How can I trust you if I share that? Like, you have every other opportunity to misuse that. Do you know that? And also, do you know that it is illegal to ask those things?
Actually, our work is to provide the all the documents and the client requirement. We will coordinate with the candidates and ask them. If you are not comfortable, so no issue. I can pass this information to the client. They can directly ask with you.
All right. Go ahead. Please do that.
Okay. Okay. I will do that.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So what do you guys think about this? So we need like to really save this number and ask him more questions.
I think he is scared and he's troubling on 3 years of experience, but he couldn't know what he doing.
That's exactly right. So we don't know like whether he has that experience or not, but he is saying that like he has been doing this for 3 years, right? Which is a big thing, right? So which he even vouched for that the clients, right? The bigger companies, like as I mentioned, Cognizant, TCS, and Emphasis, these are all billion-dollar companies, which is trying to avoid the legal issues. When somebody files a complaint on them, then they will be in deeper trouble, paying millions of dollars in fine. So they are outsourcing these things and setting up these body shopping companies and recruiting people who are vulnerable and making them as traffickers. So they are kind of, as you said, they are a victim as well as a trafficker. As a victim, they don't know. As a victim, they really don't know what they are doing, and they are doing illegal things, sitting somewhere in some other part of India. I was just about to share with that, like how some YouTubers and also some media organizations are making documentaries and videos about these kind of people who are scamming people in the Western world. But this is the root cause of the Western society. It is not the problem of India or any other country for that sake. I just want to make that clear, and I was trying to share this video. Okay, I'll repeat that and probably will play that out before we move on to the other topics. And a quite interesting intro for our daily show, the Experiment Lab, is coming up. We will launch that in our second year anniversary, and then like we will start using that as well. That I just wanted to give an update to you guys. And interestingly, our team members are doing the project on the end client. I just wanted to show the end client as well. So if you guys notice it, this is the end client through which our teammates are working on the project, and it is kind of an amazing work they are doing here. You can see like how surprised the client is with the performance and with the work that we are doing here. Meanwhile, I'll just pull up the TCS one that I was talking about before I went off track with the client. Well, this was the video that I was playing.
His accomplice, and then fly to Kashmir, India to develop the app itself as its own front door. Buckle up. This is Munir.
I will not provide support to Sergio as well, neither to you now.
He's a real piece of work. He pretends to be tech support while scamming people out of their hard-earned money with quite an arrogance, I might add.
I am here to help, but not as a slave. I'm a human being. You do one thing. How much have you paid? How much have you paid? How much have you paid in total? How many dollars? For 1420? 1420? I'm refunding every bit of it now.
No, sir.
I will not provide support to Sergio as well, neither to you now. I'm refunding your whole amount. Take the money. Yes, I am. Why? Because you do not take. I don't expect these things from my customers calling me and thinking that I'm a slave. Your husband is a very nice guy, but trust me, the way you were speaking to me, no one in my entire life has spoken to me like this.
Munir is a scammer that we've gained access to thanks to our brothers Jim Browning and Johnny Music.
Now, there is something wrong with the network. I cannot hear you. So let me speak a little louder. What are you trying to make me understand? That I am a dumb? It's www. I managed. I said, okay, fine, it's okay. Then again, I told your wife that, there is something wrong with the network. I'm not able to hear you properly. She literally started yelling. For what reason? For just you take me an amount to keep your computers protected. That's my fault.
The thing to do here is to take it.
Hello.
Hey, Madhikaran Krishna, this is Akash from Judge Group. How are you?
Yes, tell me.
Hey, I'm speaking Madhikaran Shiva Shankar, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've shared the RTR on $51.07 per hour under business, so please confirm it as soon as you can, okay?
All right, I will do that. But before that, let me ask you a few questions. Akash, right?
Yeah, Akash.
So, are you from India or you are in US?
Yeah, I'm from India I'm working with Judge Group and I'm working from India offshore business. Okay.
Oh, where in India?
I'm in Noida.
Okay, Noida.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So please confirm it right now. Then I will share you some more information on the interview. So please check your mail ID right now on a phone call. Can you?
Sure. I will just confirm that.
Yeah, please confirm it.
All right.
This is a mandate process, so we need to have approval. So I was just worrying about that. Okay.
All right. And how long have you been with Judge Group?
Yeah.
How long have you been?
I've been from past means it has been before that I was with some other client and now working with Judge Group for mainly 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2.5 to 3 years, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, please can you open your mail ID right now?
Yes, I did.
Madhikaran Krishna.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, please confirm it.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, please confirm it right now.
Yes, I have.
Okay,
confirmed.
sure. Okay, sure. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Today looks like a busy day for us in the show.
Yeah.
And I just spoke with Hope as well in the beginning of the call. And she was kind of screening me, asking again, Shiva, this is for your profile. So I was going through and giving them the answers and whatever confirmation they wanted, and also all the details that they are providing it. It's not just people sitting in India who are doing that. People here in US as well, right? Like Hope, they are recruiters and they really do need this kind of work to get people onboarded and get commission-based business model that is working well for them. Here, they don't have the scope of exploiting or it's like a profit margin with which they are operating it. The same way, these bigger companies can also do it, but we don't know why they are not doing that. So that's the issue here, right? Why we are bringing this up and why we are talking about it is that's exactly what is happening. I'm just trying to show that we are on a couple of projects. So this is what I meant to show before we wrap up for today's call, right? So this is the TCS portal that we enter the timesheets. And if you notice it, right, we just have to fill the timesheet every day 8 hours without doing anything. That's a fun way. And I will share in the coming days on the live project meetings where people will get excited on what actually is happening in this experiment. Don't you think, you guys think like that we should do that as well?
Yes, I think we can go on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we should show it to the audience.
Yep, certainly we will do that as well.
Yeah.
We kept getting calls, and I don't think
Yeah.
we'll be
Yeah.
able to talk about any more things, and
Yeah.
except for showing these proofs and evidences
Mm.
that not just TCS, even with the Cognizant, the same thing, right? We just fill the timesheet and it's getting approved without anybody working on this project as well. So I'm just showing that as a evidence that like how can a person work in two different or more than two clients, right? We were working in 4 clients, right? RRC, which Ram got dropped out, and also the Infosys project. I just went black. So you have to help me out, Shiva, here. Like, what are the projects we worked on? Itself is blurry for me, right? So we just have too many projects
And
with the same candidate profile. We are able to do it, right? So that is the thing. Again,
got
now we are
another.
getting another call. Let's see. Like,
Mm.
Hello.
hello,
Hey, this is again Akash. How are you? Good evening.
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too. Yeah, I have your resume and it shows that you have been more than means from 2008 your experience as a role of project manager, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you will complete the rate part 51, right?
Mhm.
Dollars per hour.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so just wanted to confirm that you are working from the 2008 and you are comfortable with the rate part of 51. So I was just curious about that. So any specific reason that you accepted the rate at 51?
I mean, I've worked with more bill rate. That's not an issue. But right now, I don't want to
Yeah.
sit idle. So that's why, like, I'm offloading from the project. You know that, right? So why I try to
Okay.
get on this? It's a
Okay.
contract
So
role.
you are working with bank, yeah, and you are working with Bank of America, right, as a role project manager.
Yes, I'm getting more than $70. And if I get more,
Okay,
like,
and-
I will go for that. How long do you think like this
Yeah.
process will take?
Yeah, it will take this maximum of 2 weeks after the interview. They will after the interview there will be 2 weeks of notice for the means onboarding process and everything. 2 weeks max to max
Oh, okay.
after the interview. Okay.
All right.
And one more thing. So are you comfortable with the rate part of 51 because you are now earning as a earning is more than 70, I think, right?
That's right.
That's right, and you are interested in 51. So would you be able to take the offer on 51?
If there is possibility of negotiation, I can go for that, or I would like to go for that.
Okay. Okay, so okay then I'll just share your profile with my hiring manager for Sajid. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so okay, so I was just curious about that. Sorry for that. That is that you were working from 2008 as a project manager and you were interested for 51. So I was just curious to ask that. Okay.
All right. Where are you from?
All right. Yeah, I'm from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, but working in Noida for Judge Group Offshore Business.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think you are also from India, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so
So can I ask you
Okay.
some personal
Yeah.
question if you don't mind?
yeah, you can ask.
How much are they paying you?
So sorry, possibility is not allowed to just not allowed to just
Not allowed to
consider
discuss?
that, but
But I am disclosing, right? So I told you openly my details and how much I am getting and all those things, right? You know everything about me. Why don't you, like, I'm not asking your personal details or asking you to provide your bank details.
okay.
So you are working for 3 years, right? So how many people are working in your company?
Not more, not in this field. Whole 3 years I was, before that I was something like another field, and started for 6 to 8 months.
Oh, you are a fresher, right? On the recruitment side. Just started.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. We have more to talk. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. Take care. Well, I just wanted to touch base with this girl before we wrap today's show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let me see if I'm able to get.
Hello.
Yeah, Akansha. You were trying to call saying that like I need to submit GC copy.
What is it?
Is that right? You asked for the GC copy.
Manikandan.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Hi, Manikandan. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you for asking, Manikandan. I need your graduation details, which year, which university, and I need your GC card.
Yeah, I can provide you that. So can you give me a guarantee that your company will not misuse that? Because it is illegal to ask for GC copy for before even giving an offer. Do you know that?
No, Manikandan. No problem. I'm not problem you. Okay. It is a genuine and it is legally, not legally. It is a properly safe your documents.
No, I understand, right? It is what I am stating as the law states that it is illegal to ask for green card before offering a job. You are not offering a job. You are just submitting my resume to your client, right? So you know the process, right? Once I get an offer, there will be a background verification, right? So the company which does that alone is supposed to ask my card.
Oh, no problem. Please, once again hold. Talk to my manager and he clear all details.
Yeah. You have to have this knowledge, right? Because it is going to put you in trouble, your company in trouble. If somebody sues your company, or if they report that like you guys are doing this, then what happens?
No problem, Manikandan. It is a normal process. Every person submit your GC card, DS copy. Every person submit.
Okay, can you share any one of those things to me, right? Because I want to know like who's sharing the GC copy and how do you guys doing this, right? Because I know for.
One second, hold, Manikandan. Let us call forward to my senior, okay? My account manager.
All right.
Account manager. Okay, one second, hold.
Manikandan, Shubham this side from Malik. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Yes, Manikandan.
So
Akansha told me that you want to talk to me.
yeah, she forwarded it because it seems like you guys are doing some illegal things, right? Asking green card copy for submitting the profiles, which is violation.
Not exactly the green card. Yes, it is illegal. I'm so sorry. I thought that you were on H1B. I don't have a clear picture about it. Sometimes like the H1B candidate is doing fake. So generally we ask for the candidate visa copy to check that the candidate having a genuine visa or not.
Yeah, I understand, right? So whatever like you want to verify, that can be done during the background verification, right? But asking green card copy is an illegal thing. That's what I meant.
That's what I'm saying. That is generally, I assume that you are on H1B. I thought that you are not a green card copy. You are a green card.
I clearly mentioned, right? I clearly mentioned before, and she was.
I don't have any idea, but
Yeah.
I'm so sorry on behalf of her. Okay, so no, you don't need to share the green card copy.
All right. Then it's resolved. Thank you.
Right, definitely we are going to share a condition with them.
All right. Take care. Bye. That was the real fun.
Yeah, he is ready to apologize immediately.
I did not even cut the call. My goodness.
Mm.
So let's wrap up for today, or unless you guys
yeah.
have something to share or comment.
Nothing is there. Like even the manager ready to apologize immediately. Whether they are scared and they are working scared. What their approach is, immediately they apologize and they don't want it.
So
Really surprised.
see, these are some cases where people try to, right? If you overstep and tell them the law and how it has to be done, they know that, right? That's where like
Yeah.
people who have experience, who are doing this for longer period, they know that like they are doing illegal things, but still they continue to do that and justify that. And that's where like they are hiring and training freshers who have no knowledge, keep them for 3 to 6 months or 1 year,
Yeah.
and then like fire them. So it's a rotation kind of thing, right? They get so many people, right? Because of the number of people available, this is what is happening. Again, this girl is not going to let us end the show.
Yes.
Let me have some fun.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Kansha, tell me.
Hello. Hi. This is Acha from Mimonis Technology. Okay, please send me your graduation details.
That's it? Or no green card copy?
No.
What happened? Why did you back off now?
Okay. I am confused, so
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to harass you, right? But again, I just stated the facts because I don't want you or your company to be blacklisted or get into trouble, right? Because really people can mess up. If you are going to do this with any US citizen or anybody else, they can file a complaint. That's why I wanted to help you out and I did this. All right. All right. Take care.
Okay. Thank you. Please send me your graduation details.
Sure. I'll send you whatever you need.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. All right, I'm not in a mood to harass her today. So let's wrap up for today's show. We have went over 10 minutes and this is going to be fun. And if we are going to do it every day, and we might have to rethink doing it for a longer period, 1 hour or 2 hours, maybe once we become more popular or more people started looking at our show, then we can try to do that. But I'm trying to limit it. And we need to work on other things as well. So bye for now.
Yeah, bye.
We have a good intro. Let me